I was raised in a strict Irish Catholic home, which meant we were at Mass every Sunday, come hell or high water, according to my mother. My mom was and still is the epitome of a matriarch. While my dad likes you to think he's in control, we all know who really rules the roost. We moved every 2 years while I was growing up. My dad's job took us throughout the country. I basically had very few friends, if any at all, because by the time I'd get comfortable and hang out with a few kids, it was off to a new city or state. I attended 5 elementary schools, 2 middle schools, and 3 high schools. We moved in the middle of my senior year of high school. While I've definitely seen some awesome areas of our country, I would have preferred a much less traveled childhood. I've commented in the past that we, my siblings and I, were just luggage that my parents dragged around the country while my dad made his career. When I was 18, my mom's oldest brother had taken me, my brothers and his son to a target range. As we were driving home that night, my uncle shared the gospel message with us. Sitting in the back seat of his car, in the dark, I wanted to understand what he was saying, but just couldn't grasp it. I remember praying, God, I don't understand this, but I really want it. Please hold on to me till I understand it. Fast forward to 2 months before my 21st birthday. I was active duty in the Air Force in Madrid, Spain. My youngest brother had gotten saved. He was no longer a Catholic. My mom was beside herself with grief. Even though I was thousands of miles away, I jumped into action. The older brother to the rescue. All I could do at that point was pray. By the way, I had forgotten about my prayer that night when I was 18. My prayer was simple: God, I'm worried about my brother. Please bring these type of people across my path so I can find out what kind of cult he is in and get him back into the Catholic Church. Okay, yes, I know, God does answer prayers. A few nights later, I was walking home from the base pizza parlor with my pizza and beer. I was headed back to the barracks to get drunk, eat pizza, and be depressed about living so far away from my family. As I walked across base, a car stopped and the officer inside offered me a ride. On the way to the barracks, he began sharing the gospel. Oh crap, I thought, how do I get out of this? Before I knew it, I had agreed to attend church with he and his family. Fast forward 1 month. I had ditched the officer and his family because I couldn't handle the weirdness of the church and their wacko beliefs. I still prayed my same prayer. I was a glutton for punishment. Must have been my Catholic upbringing. A new sergeant had come on base from the States. I was one of the tour guides for the bar hopping tour the night I met him. That evening I learned he was a Christian. Early the next morning I was still talking to him, trying to find out all about the Christian faith, realizing it was vastly different than the Catholicism I was raised to believe. Less than a month after my 21st birthday, I came to the realization that everything this sergeant had shared with me was truth. He gave me the information and I thought it over and over and over. I think things to death. January 29th, 1988 at 8 p.m. in the evening, while at work on the airbase by myself, I asked Jesus into my heart. And I was never the same again. Over the next few months, the party guy who was out every weekend till 5 to 6 a.m., a regular at the NCO club and always having the fun life, was now making waves on the base. People were shocked at my transformation. I wasn't out to change the world, I was just being my new self. I called my mom to tell her what had happened. She cried and cried and cried. I'm a terrible Catholic mother. My children are leaving the church. I felt bad that she was hurt, but I couldn't deny my new faith. Ironically, many years later, my other brother and sister both accepted Christ as Lord and Savior. My parents continually told me it was a phase. I think after 19 years they've realized it's not a phase for me.